Hello, my friends. It's Lee with the Turquoise Valentine, and it's Monday night, and we're going to craft. So say hello once you get on. If you're watching replay, you can say, "What? I'm watching replay," or hashtag replay. If you're watching on YouTube, this is my live from Facebook. That's where I do all my lives. And you can fast forward through me saying hello to all my friends. So, and we are going to remake this little guy tonight. He is a favorite from the last couple of years. I've done this every year, and we are going to make this out of a ordinary jar. Hey Gail, hello Jill, hey Nancy, hello Claudia. Y'all come on in, and we're going to remake this guy. I think I make this every single year, and this is one of my favorite crafts I love to do. Hey Debbie and Joyce, hello, hello. Y'all come on in. I got my apron on. I'm prepared to get messy. Hey Karen and Jane, hello. Barbara, y'all come on in. And I'm gonna get my clay out. A lot of people have been waiting for this one because it's pumpkin night. It's pumpkin night. Hey Cheryl and Debbie and Cindy. Yes, this is, I have more than just him, but the rest of them are packed up in my stuff in my house. So, hey Jill and hello Leah. So I can't get them all down yet because I haven't gotten through all of my fall stuff. I did get the bins down. That's as far as I've gotten. Yes, Connie, a lot of people have asked me for this. What's going on with his eye? He looks like he had something white on his eye. I'm like, did I miss a spot? The candle is in there, but y'all can't see it because of the lights, but it's flickering. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Ruthie. Hello, Karina. You need some distraction? Oh, goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry, Karina. Bless her heart. Hey, Karen. Hello, Jane. So, like I said, I've done these several different ways over the last several years. Hello Cindy, hello Hazel. And I enjoy doing this because this is like, will be in my Halloween collection or whatever for a long time. I forgot to send out a broadcast notification again. Hey Sandy. I totally forgot. I have to get used to doing that, and I just forgot. Anyway, hey Betty, hello Lynn from Alaska. Hey Laura, hello Robin. Y'all made the pumpkin last year and you have it out. Yes, and this will be something that you can put out year after year after year and make this over and over, and it's gonna last. Yeah, it should, Linda, because mine have in the past. They've looked okay, and mine stay in the attic. This is the only one that stays out. He just kind of, I think he actually stayed back here, so he didn't actually make it into the house to go be put up with all the other decorations. Hey, Alicia and Debbie. Oh, you did the aluminum foil covered with clay. I gotcha. So you can do that too. And what I love about this craft is several reasons. I like to work with the clay, and this is going to be unique to you because you made it with your hands, and your face is going to be different than everybody else's. Your fingerprints are in this clay pretty much. And Kelly, I'll have to make a post about it. Yeah, this is fun, Judy. It's fun. So this jar I used on this one is a jar of, because I like to recycle jars. I love jars. I don't like throwing them away because I'm like, oh no, you know, we could do something with that. Like this one is my rolling pin, okay? This is like a salsa jar or something. I've had it in my clay, with my clay stuff for years because it works good as a rolling pin. Hey Chevy, Debbie and Sherry and Kathy, hello. When are you starting the steam? The steam? I don't know what that is. The stem. Oh. I don't know. We're going to have to see about the stem. Okay. So everybody be like adults, and we're going to do the stem safely. So anyway, this is a recycled project, and it is glass. There's my candle that's in there. So this was a jar of those pineapple spears from Sam's. So y'all can see, there's my candle, which you can't see with the lights on. I might as well just turn it off. But this is like one of those little flickering little candles. But it is a jar, and you can see the inside is white. You can see all the clay. So this is really fun to do. And like you can make a whole bunch of them and have like a whole little gang of pumpkins, okay? And it's glass, so the candle will show through his mouth and his eyes just like a real jack-o'-lantern, but this is going to last you a very long time. And I have done them all the way down to small little salt shakers, all the way up to this one is probably the largest one I have. But I do have more. They're just packed up away with my stuff. Now, we do use air dry clay, and the air dry clay that I use is this. Because, and let me say, I know this does not crack, okay? I have bought other air dry clays. Yes, I'm doing the pumpkin again. Because people have been asking for it lately. And so I'm like, I'm going to do it. Congratulations on my workshop. Oh, yeah, yes. On the stem. Okay. Hey, Linda. Anyway, so this clay, Hobby Lobby sells it. I don't know. I've had this block for a while. And it's $12.99. It does go on sale periodically. I haven't bought it in a while because I haven't done anything with clay in a while. But this clay is really good. They do make other air dry clays, but I used I made some gnomes one time, and I bought some other kind of clay because I ran out of this clay, and I had bought them for gnomes that somebody had commissioned me to make for them. And so I did it. Well, the next day when I came back to check on them after they had dried, they had cracked. And I was so devastated because I had to turn around, go get this clay and make them all over again. Well, I kept those gnomes and tried to patch the cracks. So when I say that, yes, thank you, Donna, on 80K, thank you. Oh, it is on sale this week. Yay! So I picked the correct week to do this. So Jerry says the clay is on sale at Hobby Lobby. So it is over with, I'm trying to think what aisle it's on, where all the Sculpey clay and the Fimo clay and all that stuff is. Polymer clay is on that aisle, and it's kind of like down on a shelf down low. This is white. It is air dry. So this was $12.99. I don't know what it is now. They probably have gone up in price since I bought this. Hey Deb, welcome to my page. Yeah, so this is fun to do, and this is something that will stay in your collection for a long time because, like I said, it is a recycled jar. This is heavy, and it's going to last forever. Oh, $7.79 this week. That's a good price. I don't know. This is it tells you, okay, this is a 2.2 pound block of DOS clay, and it is air dry. You've been saving jars so you can make pumpkins, yes. And I just don't like throwing them away. I've never liked throwing jars away. I get that from my daddy because he loved to collect old jars. So anyway, so here he is. And we're going to open this pack of clay. Thank you, Tina. And here we go. So I'm going to set him maybe right here. I kind of put him up on a little pedestal because he's super cute, so y'all can see him. But when people come on, they're going to go, what are you making? And I'm going to like that. I'm hoping I'm going to leave him there. He might get in the way. Okay. So I have a couple of options. This jar is from Dollar Tree. $1.25. Y'all see the sticker. And it is like a smaller version of him. It is square. Okay. But I also have this jar from from Dollar Tree. It's $1.25 as well. It's round. So I'm kind of thinking, hey, Kim, you're excited. Yay! This is just one of the fan favorites that I do. And I love to do repeat crafts. Like sometimes, you know, you don't like to do something twice, but this is one of the things that I do. I have done more than twice. I love it. So anyway, so this jar is round, and I like this because it kind of doesn't have a lot of gap between the lid and the jar. Like it's the same, it's flush. Whereas, you know, we're going to kind of have a gap here between that and that. So if you don't have a jar and you got to go to Dollar Tree, I'm probably going to do this. Is Spookly, yes, because he's square. I think I'm going to try to do this round one this time, because this is a jar that a lot of people can get if you don't have a spaghetti sauce jar or anything like that. But you can literally do this on any jar. You could do it on these little skinny salsa jars, or the Tostitos little dip jars that are kind of wide. Any jar will work, okay? So you can do this however big, however small. Hey, Brenda. Hello, Kay. So I'm going to do it on this one. So this is, they have these at Dollar Tree, and there is a taller one. I have it somewhere around here. I don't know. Oh, it's over there on that table, but there is a taller one. Yay. Thank you, Tammy. This craft does rock. I love this craft. I love working with this clay. So I can say that this does not crack, and probably anybody else that uses, oh, a ghost one. I'm trying to think how could we make that happen? I'll have to think on that one a minute. Yeah, cannon jars, you can do any jar. It'll be fine. But once you make one, you're going to want to make a little gaggle of them, okay? What's a group of pumpkins called? I don't know. But one thing I just remembered that I failed to grab is a Ziploc bag. Hold on one sec. Oh. It just happened to be sitting here, okay? Hey, Luann from the ocean. A bunch of round jars, and you use them from food. Yeah, well, you might have to go empty your rice out of it so you can make a pumpkin. So, before we get started, though, because I promised somebody that I would do this. So, tomorrow night, I'm doing a Whatnot sale. If y'all have ever been on Whatnot and watched me, these are some of the bags that are going to be in the Whatnot sale. I know I've put videos out about it, but I wanted to show a couple of these bags, and I'm trying not to get them out of order. There's Valentine's, all kinds of stuff. So these will be on my Whatnot sale tomorrow. And if you are new to Whatnot, it is an app, and you can sign up. I'm getting them all out of order. Dorothy's gonna be like, you shouldn't have done them out of order. I'm trying not to, because they are in order of numbers. And you can look at all of these on Whatnot. There's some gingerbread men that I made out of fabric. This is like all kinds of stuff in these bags. And if you're new to Whatnot and you would like to join, you can, it's just an app. It is a live auction app. Hold on one second. Let me set this down. Okay. They're all lined up over here and ready to go. So, you can comment in the link below, in the comments below. You can comment Whatnot, all one word, okay? And it's going to send you a link to your inbox of a Whatnot, so you can sign up and get a $15 coupon. And no strings attached. You get $15 off your first sale, whether it's with me or anybody on the whole app, okay? So it's not just with me. So, you can do that, and it'll automatically bookmark my show for you. But I will be going live on there at 7 o'clock tomorrow night on Whatnot, and selling, I think it's 46 bags, I think. I got my water. Stacy's like, did you get the water? I got my water. All the good things. But anyway, and it's a lot of fun on the app. Like, there are people selling anything and everything 24 hours a day. Live auctions, you can scroll through them and look through people selling stuff. It's taken over everything. It's really not, but you can sell on Whatnot. If you want to sell on Whatnot, you absolutely can. there's no, you just have to apply and get approved. And I have a link for that, so you can contact me if you want to do that. And if you do your first show within like 7 days of doing their little academy that they have, then you can, you'll get $100 bonus if you do your live within 7 days. I didn't do my live in 7 days after I joined, and I did not make it. Billy Joe is Whatnot with an N-O-T, not a K. Cheryl, I don't know if yeah, I will. I'll send out a broadcast, he's going to get in my way. A broadcast channel notification. And it will, but you'll get a coupon and you can spend it anywhere you want to on the app. And it's a lot of fun. Like, there's a hair in there. You could buy your whole family's Christmas on Whatnot. There's anything and everything. Plants, people selling all kinds of plants, vintage things, vintage glass, vintage Christmas. Stacy, no. So you get paid when all your packages get delivered, okay, to where they're going. Then you get your money. And they do take commission, and of course there's a little bit of charge depending on how the person pays and that kind of thing. So I am going to put some tape down. I've kind of figured this out. You know how you have those things when you do your rolling pin and they put those bands on it to keep your dough a certain thickness? I'm going to try this. So I've got 2 paint sticks, and I'm going to try to, hey Darcel, I'm going to try to tape them down and roll it out, like, and try to get it as thin, you know what I'm saying, as thin as they are. Yes, hey Mandy from Western Grace. Mandy's on Whatnot. She does 2 sales a week. Y'all go see her and follow her on Whatnot. And there's lots of my friends that are on Whatnot. Julia's on Whatnot. Brooke Riley with Refab, who is my coach, she is on Whatnot. So y'all go on over and check it out, and it's lots of fun. What category? It'll have its own category. It'll say craft supplies, sewing supplies, or something like that. There is a category. But I sell, I do vintage things too, because I thrift. Julie's gotten me into the thrifting game, and so I do that. So I'm using my paint sticks as a guide. So yeah, go see Mandy. Mandy, you can go follow, so you can follow people. So like you can follow me, and it will alert you if I set up a show or something like that. But I have several bookmarked out, and you can bookmark each one of those. And what that means is it'll alert you when I actually go live. So if you forget, it'll pop up on your phone and go, hey, she's live doing a show or whatever. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah, Brooke has done some craft supplies and things like that. So she's over there. Lots of creators are over there because I'm not really sure that it's okay for you to do an auction on Facebook unless it's nonprofit. That's all I have read about it. So I'm not 100% sure, and I don't want to break any rules on Facebook. So this app is strictly for auctions. Like, it is nothing but auctions. And it's like a whole world going on over there. My husband watches it. Our sons are, they're 18, whatever. They watch it. There's fishing lures, knives, all kinds of things. I mean, anything and everything. Hey, Sandy. I know tomorrow is October. I'm ready for it, but it's hard to believe that we're already at October. Okay. So, I'm going to do this jar. You didn't get a coupon. Susan, it should be there in your wallet, and it may not show up in your, until you purchase something maybe. Or you may want to just reach out to their customer support and tell them, hey, I joined, under whoever's link, and I did not get my coupon. So, I need to know what to do. And they'll make it right. They're really nice people. Okay. So I'm just going to see if I've got it, probably not, long enough, because it's not going to, No, but that's okay. So I'm going to fix it. Yeah, it is dangerous because I watch it some, and like I said, but you have to be responsible about your bidding and what you purchase, because it can, you know, it's a lot of fun. People do giveaways and stuff like that, and it's such fun over there. And it shows up when you order, Lynn said. I can't remember. I did use mine way back in the beginning, but that's been months and months ago, y'all, and I have slept many times since then, and I can't remember how it worked, but I did get mine. Hey, Pam. Pam Dodd right here. She is on Whatnot, and she sells lots of her crafts, and she sells Christmas stuff, and she will tell you that Whatnot is wonderful. I love the app. Okay, so yes, I do have a little bit of a gap here, but don't worry, we're going to fix it. So I kind of rolled out my clay, and this jar is going to be easier than this jar because this one's square, and then it has this up here. So if you get this jar, this is probably good to start with because it's easy. Oh, okay. So hey, Kat, with Pickett's Crafts, I'm not ignoring you. Kat has done a sale on Whatnot, and but everything that I have read about auctions, you can, Cindy. I have a glass tabletop, so it's not going to stick to this, but it's a lot of fun. Linda, okay, I saw that comment on my thing. So what happened if you got ripped off or whatever? You can contact customer support, and they will get to the bottom of it. I promise. You can spend some money on Whatnot. I can too, Donna, and I have, and like I said, but I started buying Christmas gifts. How long do you have before it dries? Okay, so this clay is literally going to take a couple of days to dry. So you can tell, okay, see my hands, how white they are? That's dry on my hands. So it's going to start, Cindy, it is, isn't it? The jar came from Dollar Tree. It has a lid that looks like this, and it's round. Yes, Kat, you need to do another one. So I just don't want to break any rules on Facebook because, like I said, I have researched it, and I have only found that the only way you can do one with it being correct on Facebook is if it's for nonprofit. Now, I don't know if that's 100% true. I just don't want to break any rules, okay? Hey, Muriel. The jar came from Dollar Tree. All right, so I've got this little extra piece over here, and I'm going to have some extra when I cut this off. So what I do is, with this clay, so I have a little cup of water, and I kind of get my fingers wet, and then I can make this seam kind of go away. Like, you just have to sit here and rub on it, and the seam will just kind of disappear. But we can also make that into one of his little lines if we could see it. Yes, I'm going to cut some from the top. I'm going to use this piece first. So you can make the clay kind of marry itself together really easily because it's wet. You want it to stick to the jar. Yes, you want this, and it's going to stick to this jar. It's going to dry hard, and then you ain't going to be able to get it off. Lettering signs. Yes, Barbara, I did. I bought from Danielle with Imperfect Dust, who hand letters. I bought some of those as Christmas gifts. Shh, don't tell nobody. No, I'm kidding. They're not on here. So I really love the app. And so if you think of it in that way, you can get some really unique gifts, but there's jewelry. Not everything is like secondhand, but there are vintage stuff on there that you probably can't get anywhere else, which is really cool. So if you collect like vintage Christmas ornaments, they're hard to find. I mean, you can go to Etsy and eBay and all the places, but there's lots of people on there that are selling that kind of stuff. New, and like, they sell Louis Vuitton, they sell Coach, they sell Lululemon, Stanley cups, anything like that. And it all has to be legit. It's not counterfeit. It all has to be legit. Yes, Pam, this is the DOS air dry clay. Now, I got a Ziploc bag. My people know this. If you're new, you might not know this. You need to put this, like, I'm going to sit this over here wrapped up because it will start drying, and you need to store it in a Ziploc bag. That's why I got the Ziploc bag. You made one of these pumpkins. It's super fun. So basically I just keep kind of wetting my fingers because my fingernails are making marks in the clay also as you're moving around and you're not being extra careful. But see how that's where I added some of that piece, and I'm still just trying to work it. It is air dry clay, yes. And one-on-one, yay, Arlene, you won a giveaway. So people give giveaways. It's lots of fun, and confetti comes on the screen, and it's a lot of fun over there. And I hate for y'all to miss out on it and not know about it, but I really like it. And like I said, I sell vintage items over there as well. But tomorrow night will be my craft room de-stash. Me and Dorothy have all these bags over here. There's like 3 or 4 totes of bags lined up over here. And I'm ready for them to go. Hey, Shani. I'm ready for them to get out of my craft room. I need some room. Hey, Bev. I am making this jar with air dry clay turned into a jack-o'-lantern. It's 7 p.m. Central Standard Time is when my show is. Okay. Yeah, I can roll it smooth, but when you start putting it on the jar, you're going to accidentally put marks in it with your fingernails, and it's going to have bumps and little ridges and all that kind of thing, which I want some of those because I want my pumpkin to look like a pumpkin. Yeah, and Stacy just made a good point. So on Facebook, now you're going to need like some kind of a butter knife. This is a X-Acto tool. But on Whatnot, there's no lag. Like you make a comment, I see it like right then. Like here on Facebook, there's about a 20 to 30 second delay. So you make a comment, I don't see it till like 30 seconds later. Either one, Verdana, you can sell, there's stuff in my Buy It Now. And for somebody wanting to know about the dough bowls, they're there. I have dough bowls in my Buy It Now, and I have lots of other things. But somebody was wanting to know about the dough bowls. And there's also other stuff in there. It's air dry clay from DOS, okay? Let me just put it in my bag because y'all have to open this up. You'll have to watch. Yeah, and you can go on the app anytime and watch whoever you want to. There's a lot of people on there, and it's 24/7. You can't sleep at night, turn on Whatnot and just start watching people. So it's this kind of clay. My friend Danielle, Imperfect Dust is her name. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all something real quick. So you have the lid, and you're going to have a gap between where the threads are and where the jar, where the lid goes down. And I'm going to try my best to see if I can't. I'm going to see how far this lid comes down. Okay. And see, like I just made big thumb prints in it. You just can't help it. Okay. So that's how far it's going to go. That's going to give me a gauge of how far I need to go with my clay. All right. So see. So I don't need to carry the clay up that high because that lid is going to cover it up to some degree. Yeah, so what you do is you get that coupon, you click that link that I sent you in your inbox, and you sign up. And then you turn around and go to the app store and download the app. And then you sign into the app. And your coupon should be there. Oh, it's okay. Okay, I'll probably do it again. So, Linda, you can totally make a claim with them and tell them what happened, and they will make it right. When that happened, you should have definitely have done that, because that's not, no. And I've ordered lots of stuff on Whatnot and had never had that happen. Okay, so like I said, I'm just kind of trying to see where that lid, went, so I can just get off the excess clay like that. It should last a while, Beverly. Now, I wouldn't say it would last years, but it does last a while. I'm just trimming some of this back. But this is a lot of fun. Yep, Judy has bought lots of beads. I can't remember who. I was on a sale the other night and somebody spoke to me. I can't remember who it was. Yeah, so just you can comment Whatnot, all one word, and you'll get a link in your inbox. And like I said, you're going to go over there and go, oh my gosh, there's a whole world going on over here. This is just really cool. I mean, there's people that sell comic books and Pokemon cards and baseball cards and all the things and everything. Everything. Okay, but I can see the app probably going in a bigger direction as far as people doing stuff live like this. I can totally see that happening. And it's very user-friendly. If you're thinking about selling, it's very, very user-friendly. All right, so I'm gonna, this is a long craft and it has to be in 2 parts because obviously this has to dry before we can paint it. Casey, do Whatnot, one word altogether. Elizabeth, yes, I think you have. Yes, you have. All right, so, because I shop. I go on there and shop. I'll get on there at night and start watching people. And, like, if there's something I want, I've gotten a lot of my uranium glass on Whatnot. It's a lot of fun. Okay. So I'm having, that little place was kind of thin. All right, so I'm getting it pretty covered. And I'm probably going to put this lid back on to see how I'm doing. And make sure I don't have, so see, you see what I'm talking about when I say where the threads are and then where the clay starts, there's a gap. But I really think this lid is going to be great for that because I think it's going to, there's not going to be a gap. Okay. Now my hands are slick, obviously, and I can't get the lid because my hand's sliding on the clay. All right, so that's going to kind of tell me what I need to do here. Let's smooth this down. So, like, I'll put the lid on and that I'll let it dry like that so it'll make a impression in the clay if it needs to. Melissa's like, I don't need another place to spend any money. I know, but it'd be great for Christmas presents because there's a lot of stuff on there you can't find in a store. Especially if somebody collects, like, you know, vintage glass or stuff like that, or vintage ornaments and that kind of thing. You can't find all that in a store. Okay. All right, so I've got it pretty much done. So that's what it looks like. And I've gotten it, let me smooth that down a little bit. Okay. So I've gotten it like all the way around. Bottom's not pretty, but it's okay. You're not going to see the bottom. So there it is. Oh, wow, Gail. So anyway, but anybody can sell on there. So it's not just like business owners or something like that. No. But they will send you a $10.99 at the end of the year if you sell over a certain amount. Okay. So now, where's the lid? So now we have to do the lid. So let me show you what I'm talking about when I say the gap. Like this jar, do y'all see that gap between there? There's a gap right here. So this lid is different because it's just like a regular jar lid. So I had to do it. And I also painted around on the inside here so the light from the candle wouldn't shine through and you would see a crack all the way around. So there's you know, there's that. This jar I think is going to be perfect because the lid comes down to meet the clay. So I think this is going to be a good jar to do. I've not done one of these jars. Hang on, I got to get... There's more. So that's why I have an apron on tonight, because this is messy. If you don't like to get your hands dirty, this craft's not for you. But I like it. I just like working with the clay. Now I'm sitting here deciding, should I go ahead and make my face? Yeah, there's people that do crafts there. Okay, I'm gonna move this. I don't think I need that anymore. I really don't know if I needed it to start with. I'm gonna put this back in the bag for now, but we gotta cover this, okay? But I'm gonna go ahead and make my face. Yeah, Dana, what happens is the shipping is based on the weight. So what happens is we have to weigh every single item that we list, how much it weighs. And then that is how the shipping is determined. So if you buy one thing that weighs, you know, a pound, it'll be $8 and something, $9 shipping, depending on where it's going in the United States. Then if you buy something like this, and then you turn around and buy this, well, shipping on this is going to be free because it's going to go in that box. And then like this is going to be free because it's going to go in that box. And Whatnot bundles it together so you can get as much, they know how much the weight is until the shipping will increase more, if that makes any sense. So the USPS sets the price of the shipping. So that is why it is the way it is. It's by weight. So every item that I list has already been weighed and it's put into their system, and that's how it's determined. So it's not us setting it, it's not Whatnot setting, it is USPS setting it. And shipping is high. I know, Sissy, I've been praying. I have friends up there in South Carolina and North Carolina, and it's just terrible. I know. I've been without power when Hurricane Katrina came through, and I lived in central Mississippi, and I very well know how bad it is, because it's no fun. And being without power, and there's trees everywhere, and you can't get anywhere. There's no gas, no food, no water. You have to just kind of, everybody has to pull together, and it's a lot. I do know that. So we are praying for everybody in that whole situation. It's terrible. Okay. So now we've got to get his face. So this is where your artistic abilities come in, but we've also got to make all these little lines. So I'm probably going to make some more dents in him because I got to do his face. So I use it like this because it's pointy and I can cut through my clay really easy. So I'm going to see what side I want to be my front. So I think the front is going to be right here because that's my smoothest side. And I don't know. Let me see. This is where you got to get artistic. And you have to cut his face while it's wet, obviously. So I don't want to do them the same, but doing like a circle. I was trying to think. If you had like little bitty cookie cutters, that would work good. And I don't have anything that I could use right here close by. Yes, I do. Okay. Just use what you got. So there's me a circle. So I'm going to start with a circle because I think I'm going to make his eyes like ovals, maybe. So I'm just going to kind of like a cookie cutter. I'm just going to push that into the clay and then I'm going to pull it out. There's one eye. All right. So like I said, this is super fun, y'all. This clay, look how clean that came out of there. Deb, the problem is coming when it make the face. Yeah, it is a little bit. It's tricky. Okay, so I'm gonna like make them ovals, and I can just mash them up and down and make ovals because it's very pliable. Like you know, it's Let's see. So I just use my fingernails, I use my fingers, and I'm just kind of smoothing as I go. And like I said, you have to get your fingers wet every once in a while and kind of work on the face and to keep it moist and wet. But it's super fun if you've never used this clay, and I've used it to make stuff. If I needed some eggs for a bird nest and I couldn't find the right size I needed, I just got my clay out and made some. Like, it's just a lot of fun. We've made all kinds of things with this stuff. Gnomes, we've made mushrooms, we've made pumpkins and ghosts and such fun stuff. Okay. Trying to see, that looks like an oval. So I turned them into ovals. The clay info, it is DOS air dry clay from Hobby Lobby. Michael's has it too. It is on Amazon. It's more expensive there. It's probably cheaper at Hobby Lobby because it is on sale this week, someone said. Cut circles out to put back into his eyes, like the bottom part. Y'all are so smart. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to cut it in half. So I cut my circle in half. Look at this. Oh boy. So then, okay, so I have a seam there. See it? So if you get your fingers wet, you can sort of, it's wanting to slide because it's on glass. So I'll put my finger there. But you can sit here and manipulate that clay around and get it to where it will stay there. There's his eye. And I'll take the other one. He's going to be looking that way. That's a good idea. Yeah, I'm going to make his little mouth jagged or something with one tooth or something. This is just therapeutic to me. I don't know. Working with the clay and smoothing it all out. And nobody's is going to be like anybody else's because it's, you know, you made it with your hands and nobody else can leave those same fingerprints on there. Okay, so there is his eyes. Yeah, that was a good idea for the eyes. I just need to make that eye a little bit wider. And don't worry about the glass looks kind of, you know, milky in there, because once this all dries, we'll clean that a little bit. Once it dries, we'll clean the glass, and there is his eyes. I don't like it because you can still see those lines, but I'm just going to keep working with it and working it out. Okay, now, ta-da! There he is. This eye still needs to be wider. Okay. How cute. Okay. Ghost. A ghost with a round mouth. Yes, you could definitely make a ghost. Easy. Okay, so I'm going to draw his mouth. So like this is very forgiving. So if you draw his mouth with the tip and then you go, oh, that don't look good, then you can just smooth it right back out and it'll be fine. Yes, it's like ceramics. It's lots of fun. So I want him to have a big smile and be really funny, like a goofy pumpkin. And make his mouth go way up here. I mean, I can draw a stick figure, but I can draw a pumpkin mouth. So that's what he's going to look like. So now I just have to go in and do it deeper. But if I didn't like that, I could just smooth it back out and start over. I can draw a good pumpkin mouth, but not much else. So I just take my little tool and you're just basically going over your little lines, and then we're going to poke that out. Well, I need that. If that don't cut, you didn't cut it all the way. Ta-da! So see, he's going to have a big mouth. The more to eat you with, my dear. Don't know where that came from. Just came right on out. I don't know. But I have a wet towel over here too, and that's what I keep wiping my hands off, because this stuff dries my hands out really bad. Like, I'll have to like put Vaseline on my hands when I get through, because it dries you out. Okay, and I'm dry anyway. All right, so that's what I have. Look at how adorable he is. He's got one tooth. So now we have to go in here and kind of clean up like the edges right here. So I get my water and I just kind of run my fingers over it and smooth that out to where it's not pieces sticking out. And you'll see what I'm talking about. And smooth out all the little edges of that clay, so it looks all nice and smooth. His little eyes wanting to keep getting smaller or something. I keep stretching them back out. I may have to just cut out some of that. Now, okay. So I think he's pretty much like I want him. And he don't have to be perfect, y'all, I promise. Okay, so that's what he looks like. Carol, using gloves. I don't like to use gloves because I like to be able to feel what I'm doing. And they would be too big for my little bitty hands. And, yeah, that just would not work for me. Because you can't. They would be huge on me. I'm cutting this eye out a little bit more. He needs to have big eyes. Okay. Isn't it funny? Linda, I don't see why you couldn't do it on a plastic jar. And the reason I say that is because this thing is encased. Like, this clay is not going to come off of this jar. Now I got to come back here and fix his hind end because, you know, I've set him on the table and I've dented him up. And you just kind of have to smooth it out. I'm getting some of this off the bottom so he don't sit crooked when he's dry. But he's going to sit there to dry, so it's going to be okay. So I'm smoothing him out. And now I'm going to take the beloved end of this pokey tool from Dollar Tree. Oh, really, Carol? I just don't like to use them because I worked in the medical field for 27 years and I wore gloves so much and I don't like to use them if I don't have to. I got a little hole right there I had to fix somehow. Well, it's being stubborn. So I'm smoothing it out. Ah! Okay. Now if you don't have to make the little ridges like this, but I'm going to do it. Now you need another one with these eyes. I know you could just have a whole little gang of them, a patch, as y'all said. And now I've got fingernail marks all in his face. And they could all have a different face. And they would just be so cute. Yeah, I'll look around, I'll be fine, and I'll look around and be like, oh gosh, I stuck my fingernail in it without knowing. So you have to just keep smoothing. All right. There we go. All right. Here he is. Oh yeah, you would put a whole string of lights in a gallon jug. That would be really cool. Oh, his nose. Does he need a nose? I wasn't going to give him one, but looking at that one, I'll give him a nose if y'all think he needs one. I'll do an upside down little triangle. I gotta smooth that back out. But you'll start you'll get this clay and you'll work with it one time, and then you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I think I can make this with clay. I can make little mushrooms, or I could make whatever. I mean, there's lots of videos on my page of where I've used this clay to make different little critters and candy corns and pumpkins and ghosts and gnomes. I don't know, lots of stuff. All right. So I'm going to clean this up. But it's just a lot of fun, because yours is not going to be like anybody else's, and this is not something you'll find in a store. Okay, now he has a nose. Now Vivian says, I like him without a nose. Y'all, I'm just going to drink that water. Oh, a gingerbread man. We might have to do the gingerbread. That might be kind of cute. I'm trying to clean up that eye. All right, now, so I'm going to take the end, this thing. Melissa, the Turquoise Valentine on Whatnot. And if you use the link that I gave you, it should have already bookmarked that show, but... Okay, so all you're going to do, and you don't have to have this, you just have to have something that's got like a blunt tip to it. And you're just going to kind of make little lines like that in the clay. This is the fun part. And you don't even have to do them all the way down. You can break some of them up. And like he can have some lines that don't go all the way. So obviously y'all know that we're not painting this tonight because it has to dry for like 2 days. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to keep going around. Whoop. And making little lines. I promise this is not hard at all, and y'all can totally do this. I'm gonna do that line like that, and maybe make a mark down here. Y'all can do this. It's a lot of fun, and you're recycling all at the same time. So let's see. Do this, that on his face. So see, getting his lines. Then we got to do the top. This is where the craft kind of goes off the rails when we do the lid. Everybody's all good until we get to the stem. That's the fun part. I told y'all I wasn't going to do the stem live if I did him. Because y'all are going to go crazy on the stem. Y'all have to behave now, okay? Behave. Behave. All right, now make sure everything looks good, because it's going to start drying. So see, I've been working on this for a while. I wouldn't say an hour, but because I talked a lot. But you can't rush good artistry. Okay, so here he is. He's gonna sit over here and dry. And like I said, it takes a couple of days. You think the lines, I do too, because see, he's got lines all the way around like a pumpkin. And I kind of skipped places, like this one doesn't go all the way through, because you know how some pumpkins look funny. They don't have those lines. And I'm telling you, you'll look at it and go, how did I mash that? You mashed it with your hand or got your fingernail in it, and you'll be like, how did I do that? I didn't touch it. Obviously I did. Okay, so let me clean up all this, and we're going to do the lid. So I'm going to use this, and let's get this back out. Yeah, Sherry, now you need to make another one. They're so fun. And like I said, you can't buy this in a store. If somebody comes in your house and goes, where'd you get that adorable pumpkin jar? I made it. And it's not going to look like anybody else's. Y'all don't want to behave. Okay, well, y'all got to behave. Okay, So I'm just going to take this ball and get it all together. I turned into a preschool teacher when it comes to the stem. Yes, y'all have to behave. And if y'all haven't seen me do this before, you'll know. Can I show the finished one? Yes. Let me wipe my hand off my wet rag over here. And look at the stem, and you're going to know he's heavy. I'm trying to hold him. Hold on. You're going to know why everybody kind of comes unglued when I do the stem. See, he's got a leaf and everything. For some reason, his lid is backwards. But anyway. Oh, Lee is your first name? Oh, that's awesome. Okay, everybody's laughing already. So we're going to do the lid first. Y'all behave. We have guests in the house. Y'all behave. Okay. So I'm getting it really good and wet. This is my nice fancy rolling pin I told y'all about. Hold on. I got it too wet, I guess. Because it's wanting to slide on my glass. Because my table's glass, this jar is glass. And that probably was not the best idea. Now y'all know why I have on an apron. Because I got it too wet. But because it's messy. Yes, y'all remember the last one we did. So if you want to see the funny stuff, you go watch the one I did him last year. And, yeah, it was funny. Everybody was getting on that school bus. They were all on the bus. We are the guests, Rhonda said. Yeah, I bet every art teacher probably has to do that, especially with a bunch of children. They probably have to. And I'm not going to use my sticks this time because I can kind of gauge how thick the clay is. If y'all have made biscuits and stuff before, rolled out some dough, you know. Y'all will behave, but it was hilarious. It was. Okay, so now I have this big piece and we got to cover this. See all those fingernail marks in the side? You'll think, oh, I don't know how I touched that, but yeah, you did. Okay, so we're going to cover this. And this one's easy to cover because it's just straight down. Those are not bad either. Yes, Linda, it was a year ago. It was last year. Or was it? May have been the year before. I think I did it last year. Well, I know I did because he's out here still. Okay. So, now I get to cut this off. Somehow, I guess I'm just going to pull it off. Oh, look at there. Because you don't want it to go inside the lip of your lid because if you do, your jar's not going to close. So you got to have it, you know, like that. So see, and I'm going to smooth that out, but you don't want it to go on the inside because then it won't close. So I'm just smoothing it out. Hey, Iva, you've been on here in a while. Oh, welcome back. Okay. So I'm just smoothing. And it does look bumpy and rough and all of the things, but don't pumpkins look like that anyway? So this is like the part growing up is no fun, Karen said. I know it's not, I refuse to grow up. But so pumpkins look rough and bumpy anyway, and so it's perfect. You'll be 21 times 3. Okay. So that's the easy part. Now we got to make a stem. Y'all behave. We have new people in the house. Okay. So here's my stem. And now I do have, you can see those bubbles like that? That's because there's air under there. And then you have to kind of push it out. It's just like a sticker. Like there's air. Let's see, you can see that's an air bubble. It looks so funny. Look at Dawn with her pumpkins. Okay. I think I got, well, nope, there's one more. I just kind of push it over to the side and kind of down. It'll be okay once it dries. All right, so I'm not going to make my ridge and stuff yet because I got to make the stem. So see, I've made this whole pumpkin in the lid, and here's the stem, and I still have this much left. Like, it took that much of that block. I still have all of this left. I will, Leanne, yes, but I got to attach the stem. So I'll be touching this a whole lot more. And so, hey, Marie, you made it home. Yay! Poke with something sharp. Yes, I'm going to, like, make little lines. Okay, so I got to make the stem. Be quiet. Okay, so this is how I make my stems. Y'all just be quiet. Okay, so I roll it like I'm making a snake. Okay, and if I remember correctly, it's been a year since I've done this. I put lines in my stem all the way around. If I remember, this is how I did it to make it look like a stem. Because let me show you this one up close. So see those lines and stuff? So how I got it to look like that, here it is. And I'm gonna, ever so gently, I'm gonna twist it. So it makes all those lines twist, okay? Yeah, you can look at them on YouTube if they're easier to find. All right, so I'm not gonna smooth it too much. I just had a little place right there. But it's got all those lines in it. And then I've got to kind of bend it a little bit. Trying to think how I did this. All right, so there's my stem. I need some more to make the root part go out onto the lid. Yeah, this craft is worth the second part. Okay. Oh, wow. Rexanne, you were up that way? Oh, the things were, I know, Carla, y'all are, I'm telling you. Okay, so I'm trying to make the part where the, you know how it looks when the root is, the stem's coming up and it has all those little, so you kind of have to get imaginative on this part. Quit that snickering. Okay, I will. So I'm just tearing it basically to make it look like, I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. See this part? Because we want it to kind of look real. Yep, you can poke the bubbles. Yep, you could. I guess I could have done that. Lee has, yeah, I like to use this clay because I have used other clay and I was sorely disappointed when I came back the next day and it had all cracked and I was so upset. So I don't even remember what kind it was, but I was very upset, and Doss clay has never cracked on me. So if you're gonna put your time into it, yep, Tina, I'm trying real hard not to look at everybody or what everybody's doing. I'm trying to be a good person over here and not pay attention to y'all. Okay, Mary. Mary is gone. She went there. Mary went there. Okay. Y'all don't get me kicked off Facebook. Okay. So I made like a little triangle-like thing. That's kind of like the, you know, I don't know what you call that, where the stem meets the pumpkin, I guess I'm going to say. And so if you wet your fingers, and I just put that piece on there, and then you just keep smoothing it out, it'll kind of blend together on its own. Okay. Yeah, if you definitely get the Doss. I mean, don't just take it from me, because like I said, you're going to be crying the next morning when your pumpkin has got big fissures all in it because it's cracked. And you're like, oh, my pumpkin. Okay, so I'm going to put the lid on. Wait, help if I turned it the correct way. All right, here we go. Now, so I guess this is going to be the front, which you could turn the lid any way you want to. And so I've got to figure out, all right, I'm going to take my little pokey tool and poke a bunch of little holes right there. and I'm not looking at y'all. I'm poking a bunch of holes in the end of my stem, and that's gonna kind of give it something to attach to. Hopefully. Y'all stop it. Turn it around where y'all can't see. I don't think I'm gonna make a leaf. I could have just put a piece of wood stick up in there and called it a stem. I mean, I don't know what else the stem should do. Y'all think I should just cut it off? Stop it. I'm gonna cut it off. Not looking. So now he's gonna have a shorty stem. Yeah, if you put a little water on it, but I'm saying some of the air dry clays will crack as it dries, and you'll come in the next morning and be like, oh my gosh, my whole thing is cracked. Okay, I made this stem. I took the stem, and he's gonna have a little nub. Y'all behave. Danielle's like, it brings back so many memories. It looks funny. Y'all make a stem and you see how easy this is. He's got a stem. Okay, there is his stem. It looks like a pumpkin stem, I hope. Does that look like a stem? See, I'm already messing up my lines, but okay, it's a stem. Carol's like, ouch. It's a stem. Behave. Alrighty, now, I messed up all my lines, of course, in my stem. So, I'm just gonna go and try to make some, like, swirl ones. I don't know. Start here and kind of go all the way up. Maybe. Just some kind of lines in my stem where it looks like a stem. Yeah, I could get some real pumpkin stems. You can get on Etsy and buy them. Do you know that? I think you could buy anything. Like, I don't even know. Y'all be careful. I got my knife in my hand now. Okay. So I'm going to make some lines on my little, whatever that is, where the stem attaches to the pumpkin. Just going to make some lines, because when we paint it, they'll be there. Circumcised. I guess I did, Sandy. Y'all don't get me to make it skinnier. I'm mashing it a little bit. That looks like a pumpkin stem. Okay, so now I got to go back because I have mashed my my lines. Make them again. Fix this. It's more fun to watch me make them. Yeah, I bet so. Y'all have a ball. And then when you make your own, y'all are gonna be laughing all over again. Like, oh my gosh, I know how she felt now. Okay, so just doing the lines. Okay, now I take my lid, since my lid is on there, and I'm gonna carry those lines onto my lid that match the ones on the lower part. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So it looks like it, you know, it's cohesive. Like it's meant to be there. If it makes you happy. It's an air bubble. Okay, smush that down. And then there's the things. All right, so I think I should carry them up here. Maybe. On the top. Careful when I turn in. Because you'll mash them back in again, and then you gotta do them again. I think I've done them 3 times. I probably should have waited to the very end and do my lines. So if that's a tip to y'all, if you do one, wait till the very end and do your lines. What are you doing? Oh gosh, y'all are so funny. Crack me up. All right, I made it. I did it without total embarrassment. Okay, push him this way and grab him this way, because like I said, he's wet, and so I'm gonna mash the lines. So see how he looks. Ta-da! Don't he look cute? A pumpkin pickle. Y'all leave my stem alone. Yeah, did y'all remember where y'all's depends? Okay. I'm making y'all's behave. I'm fixing his eye. So see, this stuff is still wet and pliable. So you have a long time. Like, it's not like it starts drying and seizing up really quickly. You have quite a while. Okay. All right, I think he is good. I'm trying to be careful. Isn't he cute? So now when I paint him, he's gonna look that much better, but he has to dry until Thursday. But look at my hands. This, like, I can just feel it like cracking on my hands. But he is so cute. So see, y'all got time to go to Hobby Lobby and get you some clay and make you a pumpkin. Now, what happens Thursday, is when we paint him, before we paint him, I'll take Q-tips and I'll clean this glass in there and get all of that out with Q-tips and water or alcohol or whatever before I ever start painting him. But he looks so cute, and we'll sit him down, and this is where he's gonna stay until Thursday. At least put a couple of leaves. All right, see, here's his cohort. Okay, I'll make him a leaf. If y'all think he needs a leaf, he's got one. His there now, it's right. So he has one leaf. What, do you think it looks naked? Marcedia, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Will the lid screw off? Yes, it will, Dawn. So see this one? The hands. I'm getting him all white and nasty. But, so see, I can put a candle. And there is a candle in there, one of those battery-operated ones. But y'all just can't see it if I turn it on. You could, Dawn. I just like the whole idea of the light shining through with like little fairy lights or the candles or whatever. So yeah, I'll clean it up after it dries. Oh, tendrils. Oh. I'm glad somebody said that, because I want to stick them in the clay and see if they'll stay. So here's my little tendrils I'm still working with. See if they'll stay in the clay. So we got those. Now I have to make a leaf. Y'all are gonna make me. Yes, I'll paint him live. We'll paint him and finish him. He needs a fig leaf. Y'all are something else. Y'all are something else. That's all I'm gonna say. What paint colors will I use? I don't know. I was thinking about doing him like a cream color, kind of like my shirt, and then do, thank you, Elizabeth, and then do, Deb, I go live every Monday night at 7:30 Central and every Thursday night at 7:30 Central. Like your favorite TV show, Stubby Needs a Leaf. I had to freehand that one, so I guess y'all gonna make me freehand this one. What's that? Where'd that come from? So I'm not the best pumpkin leaf drawer. So see, that's the great thing about this, is you can just kind of draw it out. And then if I didn't like it, I would just start again. And we're gonna make a leaf. A fig leaf, y'all said. Not a pumpkin leaf, a fig leaf. All right, it's gonna look like a little duck foot is what it's gonna look like. It's like a little foot. So draw a duck foot and you should be good like this. Yes, the pumpkin I did last year. There he is. Here he is. He's still hanging out. Trisha, this clay won't crack. I've been using this clay for years and years and years, and it has not cracked on me yet. So I've used another kind of air dry clay, like I got it at Walmart or something, made some gnomes with it for somebody, you know, that was paying me to make them. And yeah, I woke up the next morning and went and looked at them, and I was just so heartbroken. A cookie cutter, yes. Yeah, they would be on a ghost. I just would have to figure out, like, it's coming. It's downloading. Can y'all see it downloading? Because the idea is downloading right now. And I think I have it. I know I have one somewhere. I have one somewhere. But I just got to figure out where. Hold on. Hang on. I got an idea. Hold on. Because I think I know where one is. Get down here on the floor and look. I know I've got one somewhere. But I don't see it. But Dorothy, I know right where they are. But y'all know the little plastic cloche from Dollar Tree? The little plastic one with the black base? And I know I have some. We can make a ghost like that. So my duck foot is turning into a leaf, maybe. What colors did I don't remember. That's been, I have slept so many times. I probably a combination. I know he's got copper brushed on him. Yep, it can make, but I was thinking the little cloche. You know, I'm talking about the little dome from Dollar Tree with the black base. That's what I'm thinking about. And I know, seems like they're over there somewhere. Because we just cleaned out. And they're somewhere. Okay, so here's my leaf. There's my leaf. So see, he's going to have a leaf. But I'll probably have to glue the leaf on. Georgianne, you can always rewatch. It's gonna be the replay, and I'm gonna paint him Thursday. Oh, tendrils. Let me make my little veins in my leaf really quickly, because it'll dry just like I leave it. So I'm gonna put some veins in the leaf and make it look real. Let me show y'all. So it'll dry just like that. Oh, Melissa, Easter eggs. I know I've got some of those big Easter eggs. That would work. Okay. So like, I'll paint this separately and then I'll glue it on there. I'm not going to attach it. But I'm just wondering. So a jar upside down for a ghost. Look at my hands, y'all. For a ghost. And you could probably build up the top, this part, like some styrofoam or something. I'm thinking, hold on. Is this a square? I think that's a square jar. I have jars, y'all. It's crazy. Y'all hold on. Oh, let me put my tendrils in there. All right, where's his face? I'm going to stick them in the clay because it should dry and it should stay in there. Just have to kind of do that. Now, let that dry in there. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna do a little ghost. Okay, had to come get my tin foil. It's right on the other side of my table. Okay. This is one of those, I don't know what kind of jar this is. It may be one of those Wee, you know, the yogurt jars. I don't know. So, Dollar Tree, tin foil, aluminum foil. Okay. So, I'm making it flat. I'm just going to roll it on the table to kind of give it that rounded shape. The wheels are turning. Yeah, I don't know if I have one exactly that size, but you know, we're just, we're going to make our own foam ball. This is how we do it. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Creativity is happening right here. Right here. Okay. Now, get out the way. There's my ghost. Easy peasy. Yeah, this has to dry for a while. Because it depends on how thick it is, too. Like, if you make something that's really, really thick, it has to dry a while. Working from scratch, Stacy. I'm working from scratch. Y'all are watching it happen right before your eyes. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Y'all are sweet. Okay. So I got to make this to cover this little guy. So let's move him over. We gotta get our fancy dancy rolling pin out. You know, don't overthink it. Don't think you got to have this fancy rolling pin. This is just a salsa jar. Works perfectly fine. Okay. Like making biscuits. And you kind of want it thin, but you don't want it too thin. That's not going to be enough. But, just had another idea. It has changed directions. Something in the clay. Okay. It has changed. Now we've changed into something else. Because now I have to have it longer, but I'm going to do something else. You cut all your rolling pins. So you really don't have to have a jar at all, okay? Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it long enough, because I have seen this somewhere on a TikTok, on a reel, somewhere, I don't know who, to give credit to, but get the ends all nice. Oh no, Marcy, welcome back. Okay, so we literally can make a ghost like this, and you don't have to, we're going to use the jar just for a prop. So I can get him to dry. But he's got to be the same all the way around. Like this has got to be a circle. That lid would have been great. Hold on. I know what else I got that I can cut it with. This is the taller canister of that canister. So see, you could get the tall one and the short one and make a tall one from Dollar Tree. Yes, use the jar shape. Yep. You just have to have a circle. I saw this somewhere. And the lady put flowers on hers. So you don't even have to cover this whole thing. We're just going to use this to hold it while it dries. So I'm smoothing the edges out. You get rid of some lines and then you make more. I don't think I've made like a little figure, like a little solid ghost, but I don't think I've made them like this. I've seen it done. And I was going to cover this whole thing till it went all the way down and leave the glass under there. But now, because I don't think it's going to stick to this, because, you know, it's going to kind of flare out. So, hold on. Let me do this side because this is the good side, but it's not the good side. But it is now. Just got to get all my fingernail marks out. Okay. That's going to be... Y'all are like, what in the heck is she doing? That's too big for my circle. I just can't use this paint for the next couple of days. Oh, okay. Now, I just need a rounded top. Now, I'm going to make him some eyes. Or should I just paint? Let's see what we got. And I can't get my cart back over here, but I can dig in it. Okay, paint a cap. So let's see. If I put this on here. Oh no, those eyes are going to be too big. Hold on. That's too big. I don't know if I can get much smaller than that. I was going to try to like cut the eye out, but that may be too big. Yeah, cut a light. Whoop, look, his eye came back out. Y'all gotta fix it now. Okay. Now it's not a circle anymore, but it's okay. All right. That. Put his eyes right here. Holes are hard to cut, like circles, little circles are hard to cut in this. But we're gonna make it happen. So I know y'all can't see, sorry. We're gonna make it happen. I started it, now I gotta finish it, right? Okay, here we go. All right, there's the eyes. Yeah, I need a straw. I don't have a straw. If you had a straw, it'd be great. This was like a last minute. I do have a straw, but it's way too big in my drink. But his holes would be way too large. Fingernail marks everywhere. So the idea was, like she did hers, she kind of thing. You don't know how much you touch with your fingernails until you do this. And you'll be like, oh my gosh. All right. So hopefully, I'm trying to get his little pleats fixed. Hopefully he's going to sit, and he's not. He's lopsided. You have to get it right in the center, because see, this is going to be lower than this. Yeah, this ain't as easy as you think it is, because you got to get it right in the center. Not fun. We're just gonna cut some off. I'm just cut some off of his little sheet there. See if I can get him right. Okay, so he's still gonna be long in the front. Maybe I can fix it. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna let him dry. Looks like he's sort of kind of gonna be level, maybe. We'll see. So we'll see how that looks. Definitely the pumpkin is gonna be better. Put a ball of clay under it and set him on the table. Or how about I just do that? Dude, your eyes aren't looking... Well, no wonder. No wonder it works so well. Look, he's got a hole in the back. Look. Okay, that didn't work. Okay. I'm determined. Is it worth it? I don't know. The pumpkin is very much easier than this one. He was a lot easier. You don't have near enough to laugh about with a ghost. And make it level, yeah. Point of your pink to make the eyes. But yeah, but they're that big. Or that, yeah. Let's see. All right. So there's that. Let me find my center. Probably about, that's the center. So I have a little mark there, so I'll know. As long as it doesn't stretch, I'm good. Why did I do that? Exactly. Why? Why did I make a hole in the top? Like a crazy person. Now I gotta smooth it back out. Okay. Those pumpkins, I did those maybe a week ago or so. The ghost. I'm trying to... Yeah, look at the pumpkin. He's lots better. Now I'm just playing around and trying to make a ghost. Okay. Okay. So you meant poke that in there and make it the holes. That's what I did. And look, it looks so much better. You're so smart. He's got holes in for his eyes now. I'm not going to do him a mouth. I'm just going to do eyes. Okay. Then I'm going to set him on the table here in just a minute. Okay, here he is. His eyes are lopsided. Oh, Lord. He's got... one eye was bigger than the other eye. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm trying. Really trying. Trying to make you look presentable. I know. It's hard. Okay. When I hold it up to the camera, it always looks weird. All right, there he is. So now, I'm just going to leave the full. Maybe I should leave the full in there and just let him sit here and dry just like this. Like that. Yeah, I could paint his eyes on, but then I could put a little tea light under him and the light will come through. That's what I was trying to do, but I could definitely make some little lines or some wrinkles in his little sheet. He's going to be cute. I'm going to see what happens. Okay. So I'm going to leave him there. He's going to sit right here and dry. Not touching him anymore. Good night, Alicia. Use chopsticks. Yep, I could do that. This was kind of a last minute kind of a deal. So it's like I had to just use what I had. But y'all, look how cute. I cannot wait to paint him. But now I need to decide. I got to decide what color. That's the thing. I'm thinking like a cream color maybe and wax him. Yeah, these are like tins like you get candy in. And I covered them with craft sticks and we crackle painted them and put sticks on top. And I painted on the faces with markers. You always get more. Y'all got the stem. That was well enough. The stem. The kicker. He looks like a man around. He does. Like, and he may dry faster because the air is getting under there and it's on top. But this one takes a while to dry because it's drying from the outside and it doesn't have inside air to get to because there's glass. Yep, sage or teal would be pretty, yes. So yeah, I was excited. So this jar is from the Dollar Tree, and here's the taller version of this jar. Ah! Y'all, I literally just stuck my finger like right in the clay. Made a big old gouge in the back. Oh, see, so it's a good, inch or so taller than the smaller one. They have both sizes at Dollar Tree, so you could do a whole pair, a pair. How tall is the jar? So this one is probably minus the clay. It's about 5 inches tall. And this one, without the lid, is going to be probably about, it's going to be about 7 because I don't have the lid. The lid is somewhere over there. Cream shimmer metallic paint. Yes, that'd be pretty. Black with golden bronze. That would be pretty if you painted it black. I just would be scared his little face and stuff when he's not lit wouldn't show. Let me wipe him all the white that I put on him by handling him. But bless his little heart, he's been picked up so many times today. He's like, I have been sitting over on the shelf by myself since last year, and now you're wanting to just mistreat me. Cute. So this one's square, but this one's round. So yes, so on Thursday I'll be back at 7:30 Thursday, and we will paint him. Now that I look at it, these tendrils are going to be super hard to paint around. So I think I'm going to take the tendril out but I'm going to leave the hole there. How about that? Because it's going to be hard to paint around those tendrils. And then I can just shoot some hot glue or some super glue in there or something and put the tendrils back. Patricia, this was a jar from Dollar Tree, like this, which imagine it has a lid. And I covered it with air dry clay. It's air dry clay from Hobby Lobby. I've done this several years in a row, and I love this craft. I love making stuff with this clay. It's lots of fun. And so it has to dry. I formed it around there. I cut his face out. So he will end up looking like this when it's all done. And you can put a candle inside. And his face lights up. So this is what he'll look like when we get done. But I don't know what I'm going to paint him. This square one. Kimberly, I don't have stars. They took that away from me a long time ago. And nobody knows why. And I can't get it back. So it's all okay. Y'all can just send me hearts. Yes, Mondays and Thursdays at 7:30. If you're new, welcome to my page. Thank y'all for being here. We do all kinds of fun stuff like this. And I also cut out laser kits and sell laser kits if you're new to my page. But I paint those sometimes. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes, most of the time, I do from scratch crafts. But I do paint them occasionally. So if you want to go to my shop, you can comment in the comments, shop TTV all together, and it'll send you to my shop. You'll get a link in your messenger. Yeah, Kimberly, I got my monetization took away like 3.5 years ago. So, you know, I've done it all, talked to them several times. It's just it's one of those things. So, but God's blessed me in other ways. So, you know, I get on here and craft because I like to. And I like to serve my people. So anyway, yes, a pink one for breast cancer. That would be really cute. I don't know. I'm gonna sleep on it for a couple of nights, and then I'll know exactly what color to paint him, probably. So anyway, yes, Barb, make one. It is so fun, but you're not gonna stop at one. You're gonna want to make several, and like you can make a taller one and a shorter one because these canisters are just the same, exactly the same from Dollar Tree. Yeah, you can rate the video too. See, that's all new to me. That's like new. I didn't know about that until y'all told me. Thrift store and painted and distressed it. Okay, I don't know which one she's talking about. Something. Y'all see those little pumpkins right there that I made from the rolling pins? I made like a little video about it. Y'all, that video's almost got 500,000 views. And I'm like, what? I didn't even show how to do the craft. I just showed where I bought them in Walmart. And it cut in half. And then the finished product of these. So, yeah. And that video has got like so many, like, I don't know, 400 and something thousand views. And I was like, oh my gosh, over this. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, you know, it is what it is. And for some reason, God don't want me to have it. And it's okay. It's fine. That's not why I started this anyway. I did get my hair done today and got a lot cut off, if y'all can tell how short this is. So it's about here. I'm wearing an apron because this is so messy. Yes, I do own one. I own several, actually. I just don't ever use them. And I thought, you know what? I need to wear an apron because I'm going to have this stuff everywhere. Yay! You found your rolling pin. Awesome. Thank you very much. All right, guys, I am going to take a smallish little bath from here down and get all this out from under my nails and everywhere else and put on some lotion or Vaseline because it dries my hands out so bad. Thank you, Michelle. Nope. Joan, it's just going to harden on there and it's just going to stay on there. Like, it's just on there. That was it. This was a jar from Sam's. It was a the pineapple spears, I think it was, that came in here. It's in the ones that are in the coconut water. That's what kind of jar this was. Thank you, Brenda. And this video is like I said, you can go to YouTube and watch it. All of my lives, except for like the last 3, are on YouTube. And they're kind of easier to find there just because they're listed in order all the way back to my very first video I've ever done. So that's like 4.5 years. I think it's like 400 and something videos. I'm not sure. It's a lot. Most of them are there. Like there's a couple of my tutorials on my kits and stuff that aren't there. But, so anyway, it's okay, Deborah. You can always watch the replay. But thank y'all for being here. Y'all know I love y'all. And, that's why I show up every week, because I love y'all. I love to chat with y'all. I love to craft. I love to show y'all things. And then y'all teach me stuff too. So I get all the expert crafting advice when I do something. So anyway, so yes, watch the replay. And I love y'all. And I will see y'all Thursday night, because you got to come back and see the second half of this. And then you have to be here to help me tell all the people that come in and go, where'd you get that? Where was that pumpkin from? How did you get that pumpkin? Where did you buy him? So y'all can tell the people that come in that didn't see the first part that there's a first part. So anyway, hey Sierra, thank you for being here. Yay! Thank y'all so very much. I love y'all, and I will see y'all Thursday. And I will be on Whatnot tomorrow night at 7 p.m. at Central Time. So don't forget, I'll have a Whatnot sale. So I will see y'all tomorrow night if you'll come to Whatnot. So I'll be live. I was live on Saturday in my group. I was live on Sunday in my workshop. And I was live today. And I'll be live tomorrow. So anyway, so I will see y'all later. And y'all have a good night. And we're praying for everybody that's affected by the storm. Okay, guys? Y'all be safe. Love y'all. Have a good night.